Looking to grade your Pokemon cards and you don't know how to do it? Check out Ludkins Collectables and grade your Pokemon cards with zero risk. Check video description or visit ludkinscollectables.com for more.
Visit TCGCastle.com and get 5% discount on your purchase with TCG Center 5 code. Check video description or visit TCG Castle for more.
Hey, how's it going, Poke Trainers? Welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In this video, I'm gonna show you, and I'm also gonna play a battle with Gyarados GX Water deck. So, yeah, it's a very interesting deck for the standard format. If you watched my new video on the channel, it was how to build Gyarados GX deck. So from now on, to the future, I'm gonna actually have the new series on my channel, how to build deck, and I'm also gonna explain what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna tag, why I'm gonna tag any of those cards into my deck. So this is the deck profile that I actually recently built and played with it. That's the Gyarados GX. So 240 HP water Pokemon with 3 attacks. Waterfall for 70 for 1 water and double cores energy. Then for 1 water and 2 double cores energies, Draconic Diseaser for 100 plus 100 if there's a stadium in play, but then we need to discard it stadium. And then Dreadstorm GX for like discard an energy from each of your opponent's Pokemon, which is just amazing for retreat cost and the weakness onto the lighting types. So I'm running 14 Pokemon, 34 trainer cards, and 12 energies. I kind of try to balance this deck as much as I can, and trust me, it works just like a charm. 2 Tapu Kokos for the early game in the Fly Flip. Then in the mid to late game, simply swap to a Second Bite or a Crystal if we need, so we can have also protection for those cores. Plus, we can also basically swap to retreat Gyarados, use multi-switch, and power up Gyarados in just a single turn for that Draconic Diseaser. 2 copies of Tapu Lele I find to be the sweet spot for this deck. When I try to build this deck, I even go with 4 of them, but then later I just need to rearrange the deck, and I actually just decide to go down to 2. There was also a Palkia in the deck, but I just decided to throw it out. Glaceon, as I mentioned, very good card for the support. 2 line of the Magikarp and Gyarados, of course, as well as 1 Manaphy, because it's a very nice card to have for a treat. Of course, 1 of each Ramparite and Octillery with that Abyssal Hand for the draw support. And I even decided to go with 1 Tapu Fini, because we can Hydro Shot one of our opponent Pokemon for 120 on the bench. It can be very good. But we can also use a Tapu Storm and shuffle our opponent active Pokemon and all cards attached to his deck. So that can also be the huge advantage, trust me. With Fly Flip damage around the board, and then simply with the chance to for 120 on the bench, that can also be potentially good with multi-switch. So we have multiple available options with this build. So moving on to the item cards, I'm running 4 Aqua Patches. Then I'm running double over and 2 of each. Multi-switch for the energy move, energy flow from our bench to active Pokemon, and of course 2 Rescue Stretchers. The multi-switch is very good, simply because with the Manaphy in play we can have free retreat, so we can just switch between Pokemons and then use multi-switch and get benefit from it. 1 special charge, so I can shuffle 2 special energy cards from my discard pile into my deck. 4 copies of Ultra Balls, and of course 4 copies of the Brooklyn Hills, so I can basically search my deck for a water basic Pokemon. Very good, but also important for that Gyarados Draconic Disaster attack. And then we have supporter line. As you can see, I'm running 13 of them as rolls, because it's a very damn good card. It's easy to knock out 240 beast Pokemon, so that's why. Bridges for the setup, only 2 Guzmas. Yeah, it is how it is. I decided to go with more consistency with those Ents and Sycamore, so I decided to go with 4 of each Ent and Sycamore. Only 2 copies of Choice Bands. It's not that we needed too much, but sometimes it can be very good to have extra damage. And of course 12 energies, which 4 of them are going to be double covers, and 8 of them are going to be just regular water energies. If you guys are looking for any of these cards, make sure to check ccgcastle.com, because you can find any of them on ccgcastle.com. If you may be on the other side collector and looking to grade your Pokemon cards, you can just send your cards to the PSA submission, the ludkinscollectable.com. And then just they are going to send to the PSA in the United States. They're just going to provide a great great service for you. You're just not gonna have to pay all those fees and taxes if you just send by your own. So trust me, that's very good to know. The link should be provided in my video description. So let's do some game tests so you can actually see how this deck works in the action. Make sure to subscribe to the channel for more videos and let me know in the comments below what you think about this deck. So see you in the game. Alright, so let's call the heads and let's see if we can start first. Unfortunately, nope. So my opponent will decide if he wants to go for second. So it's my opponent. Okay, since I'm starting second right there, I can potentially have very nice turn 1 plus damage spread my Tapu Koko. Of course, if I can open with my Tapu Koko. Looks like I'm not going to be able, but still I might be able to use the crystal. Who knows? We shall see. Because with the multi-switch and Aqua Patch, we can do the magic. Alright, some sort of the Dragonite Wish. Who knows what else? So there's Raichu GX. Maybe. I'm gonna play N just because I really don't want to waste so many forces like 2 Aqua Patches. And there's the Brooklet Hill. So I'm gonna grab myself a Remoraid. What I'm also gonna play right there is gonna be a Ultra Ball. So with the Ultra Ball, I can grab myself 1 Magikarp. Looks like Gyarados is prized. After that, I can toss my field forward just because I discard my opponent Floatstone, and I'm gonna pass my. I cannot do anything else. At least the good thing is that I have N available, and as long as I have that N available, I don't need to worry about next turn. That's for sure. There's the 1 Nazball for my opponent. Meanwhile, I can use more Brooklet Hills. And we really don't want to discard Stadium from play. Mainly because this play will reduce the damage with our Gyarados GX. So on the other side, there is 1 copy of the Ultra Ball for my opponent, which is going to be for Tapu Lele. He didn't decide to go for the Octillery. Probably because Octillery has been prized. And there's going to be Tapu Lele for the Sycamore. There's... And really it is. Alright, so right now we're just going to see Sycamore play for 7. Alright, fair enough. So 1 more N has just been discarded from my opponent. Stone number 2. Okay, if my opponent didn't find Dragonire, which he did because there is the Ultra Ball. Oh, for Octillery. That's insane. Why he didn't go with Octillery before he actually played that Ultra Ball for Tapu Lele, so he could draw potentially 4 cards and then have much better and greater chance. Go right now. So Abyssal Hand for 4, he's still searching for the Dragonire with the Dragon's Wish. He actually swapped my Stadium with his. There's just a Tail Smack for like a 10. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I'm gonna play my N. Fresh my hand. 2 multi-switches. Brooklet Hill as well. So I guess I need to Pokemon here desperately. There's no question about that move. With the Brooklet Hill, I'm gonna grab myself something like a mana piece so I can have that for a 3 Pokemons in play. And then I'm gonna Crystal Ray continue for 70, which will allow me to take the first prize card in the game, which is gonna be a Gyarados. There we go, guys. So there we go with the Gyarados GX. Of course, my opponent decided to promote Tapu Lele in the front. There's the Field Blower. Alright, so second Stadium has already been discarded from my side, and 1 from my opponent's side. So 3 Stadiums already get discarded. There's the Raikou card with the Lightning Energy attachment. He can use it Thunder for 30, and then he can just attach, you know, energy from this Pokemon's in play. Which means right now would be a perfect time to Acerola. Who knows, maybe even Double Core's Energy as a top deck. Oh, speaking about Acerola, there we go. There's the one. Something on my mind. I actually have something crazy gonna happen right now. I'm gonna retreat for free. Then I'm gonna play double multi-switch, right, down to my Gyarados, and after that double multi-switch, gonna play my Acerola. Then I'm gonna put Glacian back into the play, and then I'm gonna use the Dreadstorm G, which means I can discard one of each of my opponent energies that he have attached from play. All right, there we go. Again, he can just, you know, attach energy, hit me for thunder. Actually, for this, ooh, I forget about that weakness. All right. And the top deck is a double CORSAIR energy. There's no stadium in play, which is just insane. Way I can just use my waterfall and hope that there's not going to be another Tapu Koko for my opponent next turn because I'm going to lose my Gyarados GX. Alright. Oh, no, there's a Dragonire. Ooh. I don't know why I didn't go for the knockout, to be honest, against that Dratini on the bench. But maybe I can buy myself some time at least. Another Booming Thunder. Unfortunately, my opponent cannot retreat right now. What's gonna be the top deck? The top deck is just the Ultra Ball, which means I'm gonna keep it for now. Yeah, I'm gonna go with it. Who cares? I really need to do that. There's the end. Alright, so I'm down to 4 prize cards, which means only 1 energy right now, and another Tapu Koko for my opponent will do the magic for him, because he's gonna be able to basically knock me out with just a Sky High Close for 260, because I already have weakness. But even double CORSAIR energy should be enough for the knockout, because in that case my opponent would go for 120 with his Tapu Lele GX. And that's more than enough for the knockout. However, next turn I can Ultra Ball for my Tapu Lele, and then I can grab myself a second Acerola. Ooh, interesting. He decided to play Guzma and then just Dragon's Wish. Okay, so pretty good play. If I can find energy as a top deck, oh, but I cannot still go for that one-hit knockout. How hurt that? I simply cannot actually explain. So let's just go with something like this. I can still potentially find all necessary I need. Maybe I would be able to go for the knockout. We shall see. We shall see. I'm gonna go with my Gyarados in the front. I'm gonna take the huge risk right there. I need just... Oh, I didn't find it. However, there's the Aqua Patch. No stadium. So that only means one thing. I'm gonna retreat without energy attachment. Actually, I'm gonna attach that energy to mine. Who cares? And that's gonna be the Crystal Ray. It's gonna be the Crystal Ray for 70. But that's pretty much all I can do. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can do. Nothing else in my on my mind. What else I could do? I could potentially... Yeah, I did a good job, I guess. Still, he can knock me out with his Tapu Thunder. Oh, Guzma. He decided to go for another Dragon's Wish. I'm not sure why. That. Remember, guys, I'm only playing 2 Guzmas, which means I'm not probably going to be able to, you know, grab his Tapu Koko on the bench. Pretty damn bad draw for my opponent. That's all I can say. The game is still not over. Oh, okay, there's a Tapu. So he have to move those energies and attention his hand, and then to hit me for 130, but I'm not go for the Gyarados in this case. There's just no explanation for that move, to be honest. Simply, there is no explanation for that. Alright, so there's the Brooklet Hill, which means I'm gonna grab myself another Magikarp, put it into play, my Sycamore for 7, and hopefully next turn. Okay, there's also Tapu Koko as well. The first thing I'm gonna do is gonna be Tool Discardment. I think that's the game for me. I think how this is gonna be the game. I'm gonna use that Draconic Disaster for 2. And that's gonna be the knockout. I'm gonna go down to 2 prize cards. Okay, the game is still not over because I need to pull 2 more prize cards, and potentially I can do that because I have like 1 more Guzma available. There's Professor's Leather, 2 Lighting Energies available for my opponent. I also have that Brooklet Hill, the last Brooklet. Plus I also have Acerola, which means, oh, he decided to scoop his Tapu Koko down to his hand, which means later this turn. So there's an Ultra Ball, something like this. So I'm gonna get rid of my cards. There's just a Tapu Fini. I have 1 more Guzma left. But the problem for me is the lack of the Stadium card. Do I actually need any of these cards right there? I would say that I don't need any of them. But my opponent still need to pay a heavy retreat cost of 2 cards. But I actually have something better on my mind. I'm actually going to grab myself Tapu Fini and prepare him for the code against his Octillery on the bench. Looking forward to do. I attach the energy and I'm actually going to scoop my Gyarados. Gonna hit my like a 70. Okay, decided to go with the Crystal Ray for 70. My opponent will have enough resources to one-hit knock on my Glaceon. About that, I just played 1 Aqua Patch, which is amazing. Guzma to my Gyarados. Alright, so that's gonna be a fight. He still have the... Why in the world he didn't put that Tapu Koko on the bench? I simply don't know. And it's my turn. Alright, so since it's my turn, I'm gonna need to retreat. I'm gonna grab that Tapu Koko into my hand. Retreat for free, I can benefit from that. I also use my GB attack, which means I can just Crystal Ray my... There we go. I could potentially take the knockout, but in that case I couldn't take the knockout. There's another Octillery for my opponent. I'm just wondering why he didn't go with that Tapu Koko and then just simply taking the risk. Right now he decided Koko. Okay. Those plays actually does not make too much sense. But that's the GG. At least that should be the GG, because I have that double course energy available in my hand, and then Gyarados with that Draconic Disaster and the Brooklet Hill as well for the knockout. And there's another Abyssal hand. And will there be a finally energy for my opponent? And there it is. So he can definitely knock me out with his GX attack as well. And something like an M would actually help my opponent a lot. No, he decided to play Acerola. Maybe he didn't have an available for 380. Yeah, there is a plenty of energies attached to Pokemons in play. And let's just hit our opponent 230 with our Draconic Disease for the victory and for the knockout and for the last 2 prize cards. So there we go, guys. That's the GG Gyarados GX in action with some other water Pokemons and water friends. So it looks like I managed to deal 850 damage counters in total. My opponent did 670, because of the knockout, of course, and that Tapu Thunder GX attack. But overall, very nice battle. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more videos. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. So till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye.